Lanka. Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Let's just make sure the volume is okay on this today.
Good morning.
Yeah, everything sounds great. Let's get things started. Okay. Let's make sure it sounds okay. Things started. Okay. Let's make sure it sounds okay. Started. Okay, just setting the music on there. All right, welcome to the show, everyone. It's the show. The show. Music on there. All right, welcome to the show, everyone. Yeah, I'm just making sure the sound is good because last time I was told it was the music was a little bit too loud. Welcome to the show, guys. I got my coffee. Already halfway done. And my big bowl of delicious fruit, papaya and pineapple. So, let's get into it today. I want to say thank you for everyone for showing up. Special shout out to Got to Love Thailand. If you guys saw my video from last month, I went to a meet and greet in Thailand when I was there. And I met so many YouTubers from Thailand. One of them was Got to Love Thailand, gave me an amazingly beautiful shirt. Thank you so much, Sawadee Kap. Kap Kun Kap. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for joining this early in the morning in Thailand. I mean, it must be 8 a.m. in Thailand? 7 a.m. here, 8 a.m. in Thailand, yeah. So I am back to Thailand in 100 days. Today I'm booking my tickets to Krabi. I'm headed over to Krabi with Lady Sarah and hopefully my friend Brad from Korea is coming. He is one of my oldest friends, probably 15 years I've been friends with this guy. A little older than me, but such a great guy. Such a great friend. Terry, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. I am doing well. I got some good news and some bad news. We're going to talk to you guys today about the cost of living in Sri Lanka. But I wanted to start off. I was supposed to be in Nouralia today, but unfortunately plans had to change. We were supposed to leave yesterday morning and head up country to the mountains to enjoy just a week away from the house and get some cool mountain air and do some traveling. But unfortunately, Friday night, we were supposed to leave Saturday morning. Friday late night, we got news that my dad's sister, younger sister, had passed away. So we were going to go Saturday morning, but later on Friday night, Mom said, well, we've just learned that the funeral is going to be Monday. So the viewing is today. I'm not sure whether I can make it to the viewing because I have some work I have to do. I'm going to talk to Mom when she wakes up. It's still early here. We're supposed to get over to the viewing later on today. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate the kind words. You know, I have so many relatives, so many aunts and uncles and cousins. I didn't really know her that well. I've met her. My dad had 4 brothers and sisters. My mom has 5. I haven't met 2 of my 5 uncles because they live outside of Sri Lanka. They live in Africa. So I've never met them. One has passed away, so I've never met him. I have as a younger, I think I may have met him as a younger child, but I don't remember as an adult. And my dad's eldest brother I met once when I was very, very young. I don't remember. So this, my aunt, last time I saw her has to be 4 or 5 years ago. I was actually planning on going and seeing her soon. I mean, I've been here for 2 years, and I don't get a chance to get out to see my relatives because they live a little bit of ways away, and she was not well. So you had to organize when she was feeling well. I recently met my cousin, my other cousin, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, that I haven't seen in years, as my father's side of the family. My father's side of the family, they live further away. My mom's side of the family, which is just her eldest sister, the other brothers are outside of the country. The one brother. Those cousins, I've met a few of them when they travel here, but her one, you guys have seen the video, Auntie Rita, she's 90 years old. Yeah, she's the firstborn. My mom is the youngest, earliest. So Auntie Rita is the oldest, my mom is the youngest out of that family. So which means that my brother and I are the youngest cousins out of all of my cousins. There's one cousin that might be a little bit younger than me. I think there's one between me and my brother. But thank you very much for Terry, for your kind words. But you know, she was in her late 80s, which is a great life. You know, long life. So I don't feel sad. And here's the funny thing is that this is really strange for me. I don't know if you guys want to chime in on this, but I have never known anyone close to me who has passed away. Never. I haven't lost my parents. I didn't know my grandparents. This aunt, I didn't really know her that well. I've had one friend, one close friend. Sorry, I wouldn't say close friend. So you have family, then you have close friends, lovers and close friends, and then you have friends and then acquaintances. I've had acquaintances who've passed away. People I've known, but I didn't know their last name, I didn't know their phone number, I just knew them. And they passed away. So in Korea, maybe 3 or 4 people that I've known that have passed away. And then one friend, a guy I knew, was really cool guy, was just the sweetest guy, really friendly, really kind. He had drowned, and it was a shock. And then another friend, who I will say is a friend, close friend, she passed away very quickly from cancer, and she was only 40 years old, and it was a shock because, you know, one day she's there and then 6 months later, boom. And I knew her. She had been to my home. She had, had dinner parties. Her sister and nieces were very close to them. One of the last people to come and see me was her niece, was her sister, her older sister and nieces. They came to the airport to see me leave Korea because they lived close by. So they came to the airport to see me go. So her sister. So I think 2 friends in Korea who were close to me. That one shocked me. In Canada, one coworker who was kind of close to me growing up, I don't remember. There's one guy in my high school that passed away, and I was like, yeah. I've had high school friends who passed away, but I haven't seen them in 30 years. I mean, in my family, it's my mom, my dad, and my brother, and they're all alive. So, luckily. So I haven't experienced, my dog's passed away. But, I mean, maybe I'm desensitized to it. I don't know. So there's no need to really apologize or, feel sorry. Life, this is the end of life, right? At the end of your life, it's over. Some people believe you go to a better place. Some people don't. She was a Buddhist. So she believes in reincarnation. Me, I'm a believer that, if you live your life well, you get to live a long time, and that's it. That's nature. I just hope I live to be 80 years old. I want to live to be about 95, 100 years old. 110 if I could make it. Love to be 110. I've had this number stuck in my head, 113. Which is why I eat healthy and take care of myself. Because I want to be healthy. I mean, my dad is in his late 80s, 87, 88. Mom is 79. They're both healthy. And my mother's side of the family has great genetics. Great genetics. So, thank you anyways, everyone, for appreciate the kind thoughts. But I'm okay. Not sure if I'm gonna go to the viewing today because I don't like seeing bodies. It doesn't creep me out or anything like that. It's just I don't feel the need. I'm gonna talk to Mom about it. I don't really want to go. I don't have anything to wear anyway. And I'm exhausted. Last night was a huge thunderstorm. My gosh, the lightning, I count, right? And it was 1 or 2 seconds away, which is about 5 kilometers, which is really close. The surge in the electrical network tripped the power in the house, so we didn't have fans for a little while. I mean, all I got to do is flip the breaker, but I don't want it to keep popping, right? There's obviously, extra current going around, so I waited until the storm passed. So we didn't have fans, and it is still so hot. So, anyway, the viewing is today, which is Sunday. Mom and Dad are going to go in the morning because it's from 9 until 6 p.m. or something like that, and then the funeral is tomorrow. I cannot go to the funeral. I have really important classes that I cannot move or shift or change. Mom said it's okay, I don't need to go. Dad is doing okay. He's fine. I mean, his sister was sick for a long time. So, it's unfortunately, it's sad to say, but it's better that she's no longer in any pain or anything like that. So, anyway, that's the bad news. We couldn't go to New Aurelia, so I'm still in Colombo. We are planning on going to New Aurelia. I talked to the owner, and he said, yeah, no problem, just come on Wednesday. And still, don't change the Airbnb booking because you paid for a week. We just come for a week, from Wednesday to Wednesday. So we're gonna go Wednesday to Wednesday. I don't have classes on Wednesdays, so we can travel. It takes about 3 hours to go, and then I have to, I'm gonna take one or two monitors. So I have full-size monitors. I think I've shown you guys pictures of my computer setup. Let me just open that up and show you. I have full-size monitors. running off of a laptop. So this is my desk where I'm sitting at right now. So I have the laptop and I have 3 monitors connected to the laptop. When I travel, I take 2 of the monitors with me. And these are 28 or 32 inch. They're big. They don't fit in carry-on. They have to go and check. They're cheap. So if they break, it's not that big of a deal, but they're heavy. So, I mean, when I went to Thailand just recently, I took 2 of them with me. But I was flying business class, so I had 30 kilos, 34 kilos. Wasn't a big deal. This time when I go to Thailand again, I'm gonna have luggage, but I'm flying Air Asia, which is the low-cost carrier. I'm deciding today or tomorrow whether I'm going to book luggage or not book luggage. So I have a choice of 14 kilos of cabin luggage or 7 kilos plus 20 kilos of checked luggage. I'm going to buy 2 18-inch portable monitors I saw online on AliExpress. Only $100 each. That way, when I go moving around, I can do it a lot easier. I have, my USB hub, I have my keyboard, mouse, camera. I don't need a light, I have a portable microphone. I don't need to take the big ass microphone that I have here that's sitting on an arm. So luggage, I don't need a lot of luggage for 1 week I'm going to be working. I'm going to have classes in the morning. That's the thing. I don't want to cancel classes because having a class at 6 or 7 in the morning in Thailand is not that big of a deal. 7, 8, 9, 10 Korean time is 2 hours behind in Thailand. So if I finish at 10, that's still 8 a.m. in Thailand, which means I can still get up, do a class, and then go out for the day, which is what I want, which is what I did when I was on vacation last time, which is what I'm going to do this time. So that's where I am and planning everything right now. And some good news. I received, the channel has been doing really well, and I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you everyone who is watching, liking, sharing, commenting. Comment down below. Let me know what you think, okay? Because I received my first sponsorship offer. Now, it's not a big deal and it's not a huge thing. It's not something where someone is actually paying me to do anything, but it is the first step in the right direction. Oh yeah, we broke 3,000 subscribers, and you saw that. But Skyscanner, I'm on this one website where if you log into this one website, they will show you what kind of open sponsorships there are. So I have 3 affiliate links, and if you guys go to the main channel, click on comments down in the description, not comments, in the description, I have 3 or 4 affiliate links. Number 1 is for TubeBuddy, which is for YouTubers. Number 2 is for Veed.io, which is the software I use to edit. Number 3 is my Amazon link for my Insta360 that I use, the camera I use. And the new one is Skyscanner. And one of the things I said when I started the channel was that when I got sponsorship, it was going to be from people, from products and services that I believe in. No crypto, none of that crap. So Skyscanner is one of the things that I believe in because I use it all the time. I use that, I use Google Flights, and I use a new one that I showed you guys last time, which was to coordinate 2 flights from 2 different places. But I usually use Skyscanner to search, but then depending on the airline, I will buy it directly from the airline. But even as a search engine, it's still good. Whether you book through Skyscanner or not, click and support me. If you guys can do me a solid favor, click the link and use my affiliate link if you're going to book with Skyscanner, or even if you're going to do a search. Just go to my page, click on the Skyscanner link, and then bookmark that. Bookmark it so that every time you go to Skyscanner, you'll use my affiliate link, and it's traffic going to Skyscanner from me. That will help support the channel without you having to do anything, okay? You won't have to do anything. You don't have to pay anything. It's no cost to you. Just if you guys are using a search engine or just doing a search, just use that, okay? I appreciate it. So that's a move in the right direction. I've been using a not an SEO manager for the channel. I have been using a marketing guy that I found online using one of those freelance websites, Fiverr. I used a different one this time. A guy out of India or Bangladesh. He had good ratings for this type of work, and I wanted to market the channel very specifically to Sri Lankans, to Europeans, to Americans, to Australians, New Zealanders, UK, Europeans, people traveling to Sri Lanka. I wanted to market the channel to that demographic, 50 plus, 40 plus demographic of people who are interested in this type of content. So I have seen movement in that direction. He's been doing it for a couple of weeks. You guys have seen the increase in the amount of views and the subscribers. So he's been doing good work. I don't see a change in the amount of minutes watched. So I got to do some more analytics on this and see where the channel is going and whether I want to continue investing, because it's not cheap. It's not cheap, but I want the channel to grow in the right direction. And I told you guys before that the algorithm is not really doing the subscribers I have and the views I had and the content I had isn't really helping. So I need to drive the views in a certain direction, and if I have to pay for it to get it, he's marketing the channel using blogs and Reddit and different kinds of marketing to get the channel in front of the people who will come back, like you guys, always coming back. Lots of love to you guys. Thank you for coming back. So yeah, let's talk today. I mean, I've been babbling on for 30 minutes about nothing. Let's get back today to talking about the cost of living. What is the cost of living in now after IMF? Well, things have settled down. Things have settled down. It's not great, but it's not crazy like it was a year ago. So let's see gas has come down. So, sorry, gas is cooking gas. So the price of a big container has come down in Colombo area, 772 rupees for a small one, 2.3 kilo. Normally you get a 5 kilo one, 1,652. And that's $5 US. Is that more? Yes. It was probably $2 or $3 US for that. But it has come down. The price, so that's cooking gas. That's the cooking gas containers. You buy a container. Car gas we call petrol. And that has come down. The government reduced that, but it's still high. 95 octane is 447. It was reduced by 7 rupees, which is a big deal for locals. Regular gas is 371. So 447 is $1.48 US, and 371 is $1.23 US for a liter of gas. Those prices have come down a little bit, but they are much higher than they were a year ago. A year ago for 95 was 300. It's 447 now. The exchange rate has come down and then went up a little bit. A year ago, it was 300 sorry, when I came to Sri Lanka 2 years ago, it was 200. Then when the bankruptcy hit, it was 340. And now it's 300. It has dropped. Interest rates have dropped. Whereas 2 years ago, interest rates were 24%, 27% on fixed deposits. Fixed deposits, so like long-term bank accounts. Okay? You could get 27% at commercial bank. Today, they're 10% for 2 years. They've come down dramatically. I recently, just last week, I put money in at 9.90. You guys will see that video, or that video just came out. Yeah, that video just came out. Food prices. Wow, food prices are ridiculous. Staples, the price have come down. You know, rice, flour, those kinds of things. The government is keeping a cap on those. But if you're, you know, like what our family, we like our, you know, our pork. You cannot get beef in this country. Vegetables, though, fresh vegetables and fruits, the prices are high, about 20 to 40%. That's why we go to the farmers and get it directly from them. We don't go, we barely shop at the grocery store for that. The grocery store will go for meats and packaged goods like cheese and milk and those types of yogurt and, you know, the things you cannot get at the farmer's market. You guys have seen the videos of the one place we go to for vegetables and the other place we go for fruits. You can always tell the cost of living by the price of king coconut. King coconuts used to be 20 to 30 rupees for one. Today, they're upwards of 100 for one. And it's a small one. They're not growing very well. So I'm gonna say, like, again, I'm not a local, and even with the exchange rate and the inflation, when we're spending our imported money, it doesn't really affect us that much. But my cost of living, Mom has said that the food costs have gone up by about 20 to 40%, depending on what we buy. If we stick to chicken and fish, not that bad. But if we start going like on the fresh fruits and vegetables, which we enjoy, and we go for pork, then it goes up. So monthly, what I pay to Mom is I give her, I don't pay monthly, I pay 6 months in advance. So I've paid through till next month. I paid her back in December. So in June I'm going to pay her another 6 months, and I pay her about 450,000 rupees for 6 months. So I pay about $1,500 US for 6 months. What's that? My math is horrid. It's about $250 a month. That's a lot. So that pays for electricity, food, and maintenance of the house, the cook, the water. Now electricity has come down because I think you guys saw last week we were doing a video on getting the solar power system fine-tuned, where we're now using solar power. So that is now happening. We used to use about 400 units of electricity a month. Before I came, it was 300, so I'm using quite a bit. Now the units have dropped to about 200, and it should go down a little bit more because we haven't had a full month yet. So when that bill comes, it'll probably be less. The cost of electricity went up and then it came back down. It's still high. It's still about 25% more. Water hasn't gone up that much, but water is cheap no matter where in the world you live. So I pay Mom that. Then I pay my own internet, which is quite expensive. My internet, because I have fiber internet, unlimited, I pay about 23,000 rupees a month. And I pay that with my Korean credit card because that's where the bill is going anyways. So 23,000 is about 75 US dollars. It's quite a bit. And that's the cheapest I can get it for the amount of data that I use. I get 1 terabyte a month, and I use all of it. I use all of it. I used to be on a unlimited plan, but it limited you to 25 gigabytes a day, and then reset at midnight. So I kept running out of data every day. if I wanted to download a movie or a video game or something like that, it was just a waste. It was free in that package. It was free Zoom, free like software, like YouTube and all of that. That was free. But when you torrent it or anything like that, or because I stream TV shows and stuff and YouTube and stuff, so that ate up a lot of data. So now I have a plan where I'm unlimited to 1 terabyte a month. So daily I could use 1 terabyte in one day if I wanted to. But they changed it so it's free from midnight till 7 a.m., which is amazing because local time, I'm up at 3 a.m. local time. So I do all my YouTube uploads and downloads when I wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning doing classes. I'll have the videos already prepped, and I'm uploading them and downloading them as needed. Because if you guys remember, on the software I use, I have to upload the video into the software, edit it, and then download it from the software, and then upload it back to YouTube. I can't upload it from the software to YouTube. It just doesn't do that, which is strange. But I would rather have the video, Anyway, so 3 times that data has to go up and down. So, a 4K video, 10 minutes, is like 10 or 20 gigabytes. That's 60 gigabytes just right there. And I'm doing 3 videos a week, plus shorts. So that's a lot of data in 1 week. So that's why I do it during the free period. So that saved me quite a bit. As of today, where am I? As of today, which is the 21st, why does it? The login. I have 60% still left, and I have a week and a half? Yeah, a week and a half, and I have 60% left. I have 7, 8, 9 days, and I have 60%. So I can go crazy because I'm only going to be here for 3 more days, and then I'm gone for a week. So I can do my YouTube stuff during the daytime, or I can down Red Dead Redemption 100 gigabytes. I can download that. So 60%. I have about 400 gigabytes left of data, or more, 500 gigabytes of data to use. So that's okay. So that's internet. The other thing, my health care, I pay for that, my own health care. Entertainment costs, if I want to buy something, like I bought pizza yesterday. It was for the whole family. It was 4,000 rupees delivered. It's just over $12, $14 for pizza delivery, Pizza Hut. I paid for the trip, the condo, the apartment for 1 week was how much did I pay for that? $400 US. It's not bad for 1 week. 3-bedroom house. Very nice house. A very nice house. So, Yeah, so I have my Korean credit card, which I use if it's a big purchase. I have my Sri Lankan debit card, and I have a bank account here with funds in it. I don't even know how much is in it because I don't, I do know how much is in it, I just don't think about it because it's just there for me to spend. And I don't spend a lot. I don't spend a lot. I should probably look into it to see where my finances are and when I can transfer money over. Oh, the Korean won is so depreciated. It's 1,350, almost 1,400 won to the US dollar. I'm used to it being 1,200. It's now 1,400. So think of it 1,400, think of it like $1.40 to the US dollar. That's ridiculously so bad for me to buy US dollars. Ugh. Losing so much money. And then taking US dollars and buying Sri Lankan rupees, I'm not making any money. The only place I'm going to make money is when I buy Thai baht. When I go on my vacation to Thailand, I'm going to make money on that trip because the Thai baht is losing money. Not losing money. It used to be 34 baht. It's now 37 baht to the US dollar. So I'm kind of happy with that because I'm going on a trip and I'm going to Krabi, which is expensive. My 1 week in Krabi, the condo I rented, is more than the 1 month I spent in Pattaya. There's a rich cash grab by the Sri Lankan government raising visa costs to Asian countries. Wow. No, I did not know that. I did hear something about visa costs, but again, unfortunately, I don't pay attention to visas because I'm a citizen. But I did hear some kind of like a comment someone had made on one of the tourist YouTube videos that I was watching about something about visa costs. Yeah, that does suck. It does. Now, I mean, if you're coming once or twice, you know, then it's not that big of a deal. But if you're coming multiple times like you are, then yeah, you know, then it's a lot. You know, it does sound like it's a bad idea, but here's the thing though. So let's say you went from 56 to 100 for Australia, right? That's double. But remember, your Australian dollar is buying more rupees today than it did a year ago. So that $56, you know, maybe 56 to 100, I think is too much. It's, you know, maybe a $10, $20, $30 more would have been justified, but it's not. I don't want to say it's a cash grab. I want to say it's more of an adjustment for the exchange rate. Does that make sense? Maybe, I don't know. You know, but the government has to earn money. I mean, and tourism, unfortunately, like in any country, low-hanging fruit, right? I mean, I was just looking at some of the numbers from Canada, and I'm so glad I don't work and live in Canada anymore. My gosh, the taxes and nickel and diming everything. I can't believe it. Can't believe what is happening over there in my home country. Even Korea is just getting out of hand these days with the cost of living. I'm just lucky that I'm a citizen here. I'm a permanent resident in Korea. I'm earning money. Yeah, well, again, I don't. I'm not good at FX. I'm horrible. I hated studying FX back like 30 years ago, and all I know is you know what? I'm crying over my U.S. dollar against the Korean won, which is how I get paid, right? And I have noticed that the Sri Lankan rupee has appreciated quite well. I mean, going from 200 to 340 and now back to 302 as of yesterday. It was 298 a week ago, but it went up a little bit because there's some rumblings about IMF not being passed by the Sri Lankan parliament, or something going on with the budget and stuff like that. But I don't want to say specifically to the Australian dollar, but I'm talking overall. I think the Sri Lankan government, either because of the exchange rate or, whatever, the government is going to they're going to grab the money from where they can. They can't grab it from the locals because the locals don't have it. And the foreign income is much better than domestic income. So, they're gonna take you. They're gonna take you for every penny you got. Hey, you know what? You can marry me, right? Same-sex marriage is not legal in Sri Lanka. You could have married me and become a citizen, right? Did you know that it is very difficult for a foreigner to become a Sri Lankan citizen through marriage? I kind of looked that up, and it is very difficult. It is very difficult. Hey guys, welcome to hour 2 of the live stream. I want to say thank you to all of you who are joining. There's 7 of you online here. I know Darren's there. I know Terry's there. Maybe Got to Love Thailand might still be around, but if you're on, please say hello in the comment. Let me know where you're calling from, and let's chat. So, yeah, the cost of living for Sri Lankans, the cost of living is difficult. They are having a tough time. But as the Sri Lankan style, let me say it, the style, they are persevering. One thing that I've noticed about Sri Lankans is that the majority of the middle to lower class are resilient. They find ways to survive. It's in their DNA. They persevere through. Ow! I gotta fix that. Sharp edge on my desk. They persevere through adversity. But the middle class, I mean, they're making money, so it's not. Inflation is not as bad. I'm just saying this from what I see, not from experience or anything. But as a foreigner, the cost of living increase is not adverse. It's there. I notice it. So, hey Terry, thanks for updating me. Capital gains tax. And I heard about this carbon tax and everything, just increasing the cost of living and everything like that. I remember when I owned a house and a condo in 2007, just before the economic crisis, before the housing bubble. And my property taxes, I had a house in Milton, and a condo in downtown Toronto. A 2-bedroom luxury condo in Toronto and a 3-bedroom house in Milton. Brand new. Both brand new. Bought off the plan. The house was bought off the plan. The condo was bought completed. But first time, like we were the first owner. My property taxes, I don't remember what they were. I mean, we're talking 17 years ago. But I remember them just, I'm like, because those were my first homes that I owned. Prior to that, I didn't own a home, I rented. But the property taxes, I was just like, I'm paying what? Why? Yeah, the carbon tax, I hear about that. Because it's not only are you paying the carbon tax, but you're paying the carbon tax on the things that you're buying that are being passed down to you by the people who are paying the carbon tax over there. Tonka, thank you very much for joining. I'm going to assume that you're joining us from Ontario, Canada. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining. I haven't seen you before, so just so you know, I'm a Canadian citizen. Grew up in Bradford, Ontario, and Toronto. I worked for Bell Canada for 22 years, so I lived in downtown Toronto for the longest time. Mississauga, Bradford, Milton, and Toronto, downtown Toronto. Yeah, so the way taxes work on income, it's even here in Sri Lanka, I pay 5% on any investment income, which is not bad considering I'm earning 14% interest. So I'm not going to cry about it. You got to pay your taxes. I'm paying about 15% tax in South Korea on income. I'm paying 5% capital gains here in Sri Lanka. I don't have any investments in Canada. I don't have any property or anything like that there. So I'm minimizing my taxes. I don't pay property tax in Sri Lanka. Oh wow, I think I talked about this before. I think Mom said it was $10 for the year. 10 US dollars. It was 3,000 rupees, not even 10 US dollars for the year. Because Sri Lankans can't afford. And that goes back to what you were saying, Darren. They're going to get the money from tourism. Tourism is just through the roof. I was looking at a report. There's $1 billion in the first 3 months or 4 months. $1 billion US dollars that came in from the spending. But Sri Lankan Airlines is having problems. Now you're hearing stories about. There are 2 recent stories back to back. Tourists being ripped off by Sri Lankans. One was charged for rice and tea, was charged 800 rupees. Yeah, 800 rupees, which is ridiculous price. That's like $3. Not even $3, but I can't remember what it was. But they were, and the vendor was arrested. And then there was another one just yesterday. The vendor was arrested for overcharging tourists. Yeah, so Darren is showing up back to Sri Lanka Darren, you'll be here on the 9th of May, and I'm going to be heading over to see him. He has a very short window of time because he's busy and I'm busy. So I've made plans to meet up Darren on Thursday morning, May 9th, and we're going to do a tour. You guys gotta tune in to that. We're going to do a tour of his investment property, and we're going to talk about that, and we're going to discuss later how we're going to do the video. So we'll decide about that later, Darren. But what I'd really like to do is just without getting into like too much specifics on your financial side, but what is the property, how much did it cost, what are the benefits for foreigners, let's get some people interested in this type of thing, and get people to rent out your apartment in Jayala or on the beach in Jayala area. So that's going to be a bonus as well. Tonka, thank you very much again for replying. That really is a minus in front of the 6.7 Ontario is the place to be investor. I hear you about property taxes. Yeah. Tonka, I am 55 years old. Okay. I worked for Bell Canada for 22 years. I left in 2007. I was a senior executive. I was making crap ton of money working. And I was married up until 2007. And so we were dinks, dual income, no kids. Now she made way less than me. She was much younger than me and just starting her career. But I made a really huge amount of money. But I didn't, and because I made a lot and didn't have children, I had debt, but I serviced that debt. I didn't care about taxes because I'm always thinking my take home, that's what I'm spending, is my take home. I didn't care about taxes. I didn't care about property. But then, as I got older, I'm looking at where's all this money going? And I started hating taxes. And I am an ardent believer that if you can get away with, not get away, if you can figure out a way to not pay tax, then good for you, because there's too much waste in the government. But that's a whole other story, a whole other conversation I don't want to get into because it's political. I want to have fun and enjoy today's story time. So Monday I'm going for my final blood test. I did a blood test 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Just so you guys remember, I have been off medication since January 1. We're now in April. I've been off all of my medication. I was on prescription hypertension and prescription cholesterol. And I think prostate. And then I took other supplements and stuff. But my kidneys and liver were like, I wasn't feeling right. So I got rid of them all. I'm feeling great. I took a blood test. Blood pressure is down. Cholesterol is, all of the other factors. I didn't take the lipid test, so I'm going to take that. And then in 2 weeks, I'm going to the endocrinologist or some doctor that I've been going to for a while, and he wanted me to come back in 6 months. So I'm going to go see him with all the data, okay, that I've collected for the last 4 years, all my numbers, and we're going to go over and I'm going to sit down with him and I'm going to go over what medication should I be taking, okay, because my blood pressure is great. My blood pressure is down. I just need to exercise more. But the one thing I'm going to go and do is consult about testosterone replacement therapy. I want to try it to see how my body will react to it. My testosterone is high, but not as high as It's hot. It's normal. Sorry, my testosterone is normal for my age. I would like to see what would happen if I increased it a little bit. Not from a libido standpoint, but from an exercise, from a weight, from a metabolism perspective. Yeah, Terry, it's what are you gonna do? Invest in Sri Lanka. You're getting 14% on your term deposits. If you're gonna live here, even with the exchange rate, even with inflation, you're still making 14%. Money is money, right? Now, you're not going to spend the money outside. This is the money you're going to keep your money in Canada. That's what my mother does. She keeps money in Canada, and she brings it over little by little, okay? And what she's doing is she brought over enough that for a year, that money, the interest from that money is what supports her for a year. In my case, it's about $150,000 to $200,000 is what would support me for a year. The interest from that. So that's what you got to figure out. Yeah, figure out what it is that you need to live. Okay, how much money do you need to make it to make yourself to? How much money do you need to live a comfortable life in Sri Lanka? And then if you want to travel and stuff like that, factor that in, amortize it out over a year, and then look at the interest rate, let's say 10%. How much money do you need in the bank to earn enough from 10% to live off just the 10%, not the principal? Don't touch the principal. So what I've done is I've calculated I need about $700 a month to live, which includes my daily expenses plus my travel for a year. Now, I don't spend $700 a month. I want $700 a month. The extra $500 goes into the bank account, which goes towards the buying of the airplane tickets and hotel and travel that I do 2 times a year. So figure out how much you need, put that into the bank, keep the rest outside in Canada, just in case, Terry always says it, even Darren says it, just in case something happens in Sri Lanka and the economy collapses, right? So let's see, Terry. Give me a second, Terry. Let me see if I can fix that. Real Change 2019, thanks for joining. Let's see, Terry. Give me a second, Terry. Let me see if I can fix that. Real Change 2019, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm not hearing the echo. Maybe it's on your end. Real Change 2019, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm not hearing the echo on my end. On my computer and on my phone. So I hope that's fixed. I hope it's not too crazy on your end. Yeah, I'm using my really expensive microphone, so okay. Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it. Thanks, Terry. Hopefully everything's okay on that side. It could be just my fans, because I got the fans going. It's so hot. I mean, it's only 8 a.m. here, and it is an oven. Like, it is 31°C in my bedroom. I don't like using aircon, so I don't got it. Real Change, thanks again for joining. I'm glad you could make it. We were talking today about cost of living in Sri Lanka. So if you have time, please go back and watch the video. And thanks again for joining. Really appreciate it. Yeah, well, Darren, I'm heading up country on Wednesday. I'll be back in a week on May 1st. So we booked a place in Nuralia, for a week. So I booked a Airbnb 3-bedroom, and we were supposed to leave yesterday morning, but I don't know if you were here earlier. My dad's sister passed away on Friday afternoon, so we found out Friday night, so we had to cancel the plans. We were going to go and then come back earlier, like Thursday or Friday for the funeral, but then they decided they're going to have the funeral tomorrow, Monday. Viewing is today, and the funeral is on Monday. So, oh, you did hear. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so, I think what I'm going to do, Darren, when I get back, I think in June, or in April, May. I think in May, I'm going to take a weekend, and I'm going to go down to Weligama or Mirisa, and I'm going to go knocking on doors and find a small villa that has a generator or solar power and good internet, and I'm going to rent a place for a month and just relax by the ocean, or rent a scooter so that I'm at least 5 minutes away from the beach. I don't have to be beachfront. 5 minutes from the beach where I can, during my breaks, 1 hour, 2 hour breaks, I can just head to the ocean and just sit in the ocean like I did in the Philippines. Oh my gosh. When I was in the Philippines, you guys got to watch some of those videos from a year ago. A year ago, I spent 6 months in the Philippines, from January until June. And it was great. I lived 300 meters from the ocean. I was in Subic Bay. So I was 300 meters from the bay. I would just go during my break and sit in the water for hours and hours and hours. Real change. I don't know what it's like in Canada because I don't pay attention to the markets there because I'm not there. Darren, I have seen digital nomads working in Weligama with really good internet because there is fiber there, and I have seen some Airbnbs and even like the hotel that I stayed at Weligama had fiber internet in the room, and I was getting 100 megabits per second. When I first came to Sri Lanka, I spent 2 weeks in Weligama, and because my brother was here, and I was working from there, and it wasn't a problem. So, and yeah, I some people do, but like I said, I'm going to be going during the slow season. So as long as they have power, the router will work. And as a backup, I would use my mobile, and I would get like an unlimited plan on my mobile, which is very easy to do. You just go online and just push a button and it's done. So I'm not too worried about that. Or, I'll figure out something. My cousin worked for Dialogue. So I'll figure out getting like a dongle or some kind of Wi-Fi egg or something like that. Some kind of system where I have a backup because I need to work, right? So. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying is like I saw online that the villas promote like the working environment. They say they have fiber, they say it's unlimited, they say, they're promoting to the digital nomads, right? So I'm not, and that's why I said I'm going to go down in May and I'm going to knock on doors and I'm going to do speed tests, and I'm gonna see what it's like, you know, because that's the number one thing. Number one thing is gotta have power. Number two, gotta have stable fiber internet, not Wi-Fi, but fiber cable where I can plug in. Yeah, I have the opposite. I have SLT fiber and dialogue for the TV. We don't have a phone. We do have a landline phone. It is dialogue. Yeah, it's dialogue phone. Mom has a dialogue phone for the fax machine. I don't know why. Oh yeah, because of her Canadian banking or something like that. She explained it to me. I said, I don't care. You do whatever you want. We're the opposite. We have dialogue for the phone and television, and I have SLT fiber for me. Mom uses dialogue internet upstairs. All right, Terry. I will see you next time. Enjoy your evening. Have a great dinner Saturday night for you. Please have a great Sunday, and we'll see you next week. Okay, Terry? Thanks a lot, brother. I will email you next week about the charity. We're going to do that once we get back from upcountry, okay? We're going to jump on board the charity. Mom, come here for a second. One of the subscribers is asking about the charity. We're going to do that after we get back, right?
Yes.
Okay. Mom says, thank you, Terry, and we'll see you on the other side. Oh, Chris. Sorry, guys, can you just give me 1 second? Okay, just deciding on what clothes to wear for the viewing today. Thanks a lot, Terry. Yeah, I could talk about the cost of meals, and the issue is that it's whatever you like, right? I can talk about the food packets, which are like 150 rupees for the little banana leaf food packets that you can get at the corner store, or I can talk about, the lobster and steak at Kingsbury. So it all depends on your situation. Like, what kind of food do you like? And the prices can change between now and next winter. Let's put it this way. You won't be hurting to eat if you eat at smaller restaurants, not hotels, and outside the tourist zone. Okay, outside the tourist zone, if you eat at restaurants, you will pay a fair price. Nothing crazy. And here's the thing, I haven't really eaten. Now, next week when I go to New Aurelia, I will be eating at restaurants. So I will tell you how much it costs. So stay tuned for that. And I'll specifically look at the pricing for you. Okay? And let you know what the pricing is in a tourist area. Okay? So you'll be able to see that. For us, the cost is like, we don't go to restaurants here, right? So, what are you doing, Mom? Oh, Mom's getting my laundry. That hanger is broken, so throw it out. That towel's clean. What? Well, I just left it there. So I haven't eaten in a local restaurant. Now, I bought a pizza yesterday. So I had it delivered, and it cost 4,000 rupees. So that was a large pizza with chicken wings and a soda, large soda, 1.5 liter soda. So that was for me, mom, and dad. And that was 4,000 rupees, which is about $12. We had Burger King a couple days ago, and that was, I can't remember. That was as well as like $10, right? For a set plus 6 crispy chicken and a soda, like a set. Soda, fries, and that was about $10 delivery as well. So you can go to a restaurant and sorry, I'm gonna go back to, I don't know, because I don't eat at restaurants. We go to hotels. We go to, like, we went to, if you see a video that I did about a week ago, I went to a brunch at a rooftop restaurant called a Traveling Bruncher. And I think we paid about $10 a person without alcohol. Oh yeah, let me tell you. Here's my tip. Okay, Tonka, I'm going to assume you're Sri Lankan. I mean, when you come here, get yourself a cook. Get yourself a cook. We pay our cook, I forget how much we pay our cook. Like $2 a day? $2 US a day? We pay our cook. You got to find yourself a cook that will come and cook for you. You go out, you buy the rice, you buy the vegetables, you buy the stuff, and they will cook it for you, okay? And they will do a great job, and it's so much easier, and it's cheap. It's cheap to get a cook to do it for you. When I told mom to, she was like so happy she didn't have to cook anymore. Now I got to convince her to get a maid, because she's running around this house cleaning the house the whole time. And you've seen how big our house is. It's ridiculous how much this woman cleans all the time. So why? You're 79 years old, don't clean so much. And the fruits are expensive these days because of inflation, right? And the cost of living. We talked about that. But I mean, compared to Korea, one apple is $5 US. One apple. I mean, so much cheaper here. So much cheaper. But again, you're bringing your Canadian dollars here to spend, right? So you will appreciate the value of your Canadian dollar when you're spending it here. You're welcome. So let me go check out the videos that are like this past week and coming up. Let me just check my videos. There's one video that I did where I was actually at the fruit stand and you could see the prices. Okay, like mangoes were 100 rupees for 250 grams or whatever. So you can actually see that video. Let me find where that video is, and I'll tell you. You can watch that video and you can see as of this month what the cost is. So that video came out on the 19th of April. It's called Get Ready for Easter Feasting. And then a video on April 15th. So the video on April 15th and the video on April 19th. Okay, so shopping in Colombo, Sri Lanka, and get ready for Easter feasting in Sri Lanka. Grocery shopping. So when you see shopping, it's usually food shopping, okay? And you will see the food prices, and going in the meat section, you'll see that. Restaurant shopping, restaurant eating. So the video from the 15th is when I went to the restaurant as well. So grocery shopping and then the restaurant. Well, maybe no. I was shopping for something else. No, I went to Liberty City. Definitely the video on April 19th, get ready for Easter feasting in Sri Lanka. That is a grocery shopping trip. You will see that. Okay, so check that out. And then next week, I will, for you, focus specifically on the prices of food at restaurants, because I'm going to be eating at a few restaurants, okay? So I will be doing that for you. All right, guys, so we are in the next 90 minutes. We're going to wrap things up because I have to get ready. We're going to be heading out to the viewing of my aunt, who, those of you who joined late, she passed away on Friday, my dad's sister, younger sister. So we're going to go and pay our respects because the funeral is tomorrow. I won't be able to make the funeral, but I'm not going to do a video or anything on that. I'm not a real big funeral guy. I've been to one 20 years ago, and weddings. I don't do weddings and funerals. I don't do weddings and funerals. They're both not good for me. Darren, thanks again, brother. I'm going to see you next week. I'm so looking forward to it. One more thing, Darren. You only gave me the 2 days, right? So only those 2 days that you're available, both Thursdays. The first one, we'll do the video. And the next Thursday, if you want to meet up in the evening for dinner before you head back home, let me know and we'll see what we can do, okay? We'll talk when we see each other on the, what is it, the 9th? Yeah, on the 9th. So when we see each other on the 9th, we'll talk then. All right, brother, thanks again, Darren, truly appreciate it. Have a safe trip. And remember to book your Silk Route. So today I'll be fasting because I have my blood test tomorrow, because I want to get the results, because when I get back from Neuralia on the 1st, I have an appointment on the 4th with the blood doctor, hematologist or whatever, endocrinologist. I can't remember what he does. What else is going on? Yeah, so April, I think in May I'm going to take a weekend off and go down, like I said, I'm going to go down to Weligama, check that out. And then we got an air show coming to Colombo end of May, 1st of June. And here's the funniest thing. They promote the air show. Come to the air show on this day in Colombo Fort, Colombo, Galle Face and Port City, but they don't tell you the time. What time? Am I going to just sit there all day waiting for these planes to come by? And they're promoting on their Facebook page. I asked them on the Facebook page what time, and some guy answered and said, "Oh, it's here and here." I said, "Yes, I understand it's here and here. What time? Am I supposed to stand outside for 12 hours in the hot sun? Come on. If you're going to promote an event, give some details. No details." So I sent an email. 3 days, no answer. Welcome to Sri Lanka. That's one of the things that annoys me. No follow-up, no contact. Yeah, so anyway, sorry guys. Can you just give me 1 second? I'll be right back. All right, thanks, guys. Sorry, I just had to talk to Mom about something real quick. All right, so I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has joined us today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time, everyone. Lots of love to you guys for hanging out. If you've been watching so far, please think about supporting the channel. Watch a commercial, click the link on the commercial, support the channel. Like, share, comment, helps get the channel out to everybody. If you really want to support, you can click the link on the main channel and buy me a coconut. Will help support any of the charities that we're doing. Like I said, we are going to, Mom and I, we're going to next month go out and buy school supplies for some kids in rural Sri Lanka, so that they can have, book bag, notebooks, pencils, papers, erasers, shoes, backpack, lunch box, those kinds of things. And we're going to try to buy as much as we can for as many students as we can and support them. So we're going to do that, and if you want to support that, let me know. We'll do that. You can either buy me a coconut, you can do super chat, you can send. I have Canadian bank. Mom has Canadian bank account, so my friends in Canada can deposit directly there, or we can figure out whatever way you want to support, and I will be matching dollar for dollar. For anything that you guys do, we will be matching, plus whatever I'm doing $100, and we're gonna go from there. Anyway, what else? New Aurelia this week, Welagama in June, Thailand in August. What's after that? I don't know. It's going to be an adventure. I want to say thank you to everybody for joining along. If you have any questions, let me know. Send me an email, comment. I'll answer as much as I can with the cost of living. I know it's really difficult because I'm in a unique situation, but I can offer any personal experience. I can help you guys out. I want to say thanks again for everyone for joining. I will see you all on the other side. Next weekend, we will be in New Aurelia, so I will do the live stream from New Aurelia. We'll see you there.